everyone. Welcome back to Out of Band, a Microsoft security podcast. I'm Andrew O'Young, a Microsoft AI workforce and security lead at Infomotion and a Microsoft MVP in M365 and security.
Hi all, I'm Shehan. I'm a Microsoft MVP as well in Intune and Identity Access Management, and I'm an architect at Bastion Technology Services, specializing in endpoint management and identity.
We've got apologies from Anthony. He's currently dealing with some awful family illnesses. It was also it's also his birthday, so we wish him and his family a speedy recovery and look forward to having him back on the show. So Shehan, I believe you have a bit of news for us.
Yes. So unfortunately, I'm stepping down from the podcast. Some personal commitments came up recently, so I was thinking about it for a while, and finally thought, I think I need some time to focus on that side of things. And had to break out the news to Anto and Andrew. Luckily we have another great professional from Adelaide joining in. Andrew, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've just demoted yourself to guest speaker, but what does this mean for Out of Band? Well, as you've alluded to, we do have another speaker based in Adelaide, and I think we've all seen this chat before. It's Matthew Clark.
All right. Hello. Thanks for having me again. I had a lot of fun the last couple of times that I've been on, so it'll be great to catch up with everyone on the regular and participate more.
All right, Matt. Welcome to Out of Band, and I know you'll have a good time here with these folks, especially talking about IT, security, AI, everything in between. And I know you're very knowledgeable as well, and I think there's a lot to offer from your end, I guess, as well to the community. So welcome. And I think podcast in safe hands, not going anywhere. So it's just safe hands. And great to see you joining in. And again, hoping to see more stuff coming up from you guys, educating everyone, contributing to the community.
Yeah, look, mate, I just have big shoes to fill. So I appreciate the opportunity, and sorry to see you go, but also I'm excited for the chance to come and present with you guys.
Again, like Anto and I, we express our gratitude to the past year and journey we've had, and building this podcast and shooting a breeze every couple of weeks or so. So don't be a stranger. I mean, we're still running the user groups and all that stuff, but it's just one less activity we're doing together now.
Yes, and also if you're any guest speakers, here I am. Let me know. I can jump in, explain something in Entra, Intune, or Defender, or something like that. I talk tech.
And we'll have you back on when you write a book, right?
Yes. Yeah. I'll be more demanding then. So
as it's fading out.
Yeah. All right. So thank you all once again. Thanks for sticking with the whole podcast with me, listening to us all the time. Hope to see you again. And this is me signing out for the last time. Thank you.
Best of luck, Shehan. Have a good one.
Thank you.
So Matt, we've had you on a couple of times now as a guest, and now you're on this side of the fence. So tell us a little bit more. You had that book you just published, and you had an email service. Maybe just do a quick recap on those two things, and let us know what else you've been up to.
Keep that one handy. I keep the book handy. So I did the email service. That's alias.secureinseconds.com. Effectively, anytime you're sending email on the internet, you're giving away information that can be used over and over again. So I set up Secure Alias as something that I would use myself, and I put that out there to the world for everybody to take hold of and do what they need to. That way, if someone leaks your email or they get compromised and something starts getting spam emails, you can turn it off and you get full control over everything. it sort of felt like more power to the user. So I did that one. I've worked on a couple of different things sort of as side projects. So, last time we talked, I was talking about a zero knowledge proof thing. That was just a proof of concept for myself. They've done the social media laws here, and that's flowed into a couple of other things, which sort of took people by surprise. If I don't talk too deeply about that, but that's funny. VPNs, people. So there was that one, and then the one that I've just recently put out is Read Roost, which is a IT certification exam questions, answers, and explanation platform. So effectively, you go and do practice tests. It's not like using some of those other non-reputable sites. It's questions that have been generated using AI. It's gone and scraped the learning paths to figure out what's going on. It gives you references for all of those things, and you can look at flashcards that it's generated, so you can figure out what's going on with each of those things. And then you also can sit an exam in a simulated type environment and get a good idea from it. That sort of scales between your beginner and your intermediates and your advanced exams. It's got pretty good coverage of around 50 of the IT exams right now. And that's on readroo.st. Read Roost.
Sounds great. And what's the price point for this amazing service that you're offering?
The amazing service. Well, that's a little bit variable as well. So all of the beginner exams I've tried to make free. So you just jump in there and have a look at them. So any of the like Azure Fundamentals or the Security Plus from CompTIA, or what are they called now? Something else.
Global.
Gomp TIA. Something like that. I'm sure Wayne Selk will get onto me about getting that wrong, but that's another story.
We'll tag him in the comments.
Just beat me over the head. And the AWS certification as well. So all of the fundamentals ones are low cost, and then the advanced ones are $50 a pop, and you can do a lifetime license, which is you just get unlimited access to everything that's come out and will come out for forever more.
That sounds great. Yeah. So I guess what else is new in your side of the world?
I don't know, just trying to take care of myself, really. Been going to the gym, been on a bit of a diet. We're down a little bit of weight, which is nice. Got a haircut. Things are nice that way. Playing the grand finals of basketball next week. Saw some concerts. Went to Pendulum. We were going to go to Lincoln Park, but that got cancelled in Adelaide, which is unfortunate. It was a busy week last week. Among other things, we got Jimmy Carr coming up in April, so that's going to be fun.
Are you going to that?
Yeah. We got tickets to that. Nice. It's going to be fun. And I mean, we just got kids stuff, so the kids are learning to skate. One of them's got the swimming lessons, the other one's doing dance. So you run around doing mums and dad's taxi, and I continue to do the mailing list on secureinseconds.com. And also SAIT Connect, which is trying to set up, bi-monthly lunches and have people sort of meet, and that's grown to be over 300 strong now. So it's certainly getting up there.
I'm trying to remember. I think we plugged it in a previous episode.
I think maybe we talked about it, but it was early days in those. It's certainly grown since then.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, surprisingly. Within the greater Adelaide region.
It's certainly had more traction than I was expecting. I was sort of expecting 10 people or so to join, and that would be that. But now we're at 300. It continues to grow, and I find the interesting part of that is it's not some of the people that you would expect to come across aren't in there.
Well, that's a good mix. I mean, in terms of demographic, you got students, you got job seekers, you got people, mostly already working or maybe looking to pivot. So I think it's the kind of right balance.
It seems to be the right balance. And I mean, we get the healthy amount of bots that come in as well, which are kind of funny. But The last one that used the AI turned out to be from Japan as a wild card. We've got a Japanese bloke in there who was just using the AI to bridge the language gap kind of thing. But it's had all of those.
Is he originally from Adelaide or?
No, I don't know how he found it. He's just joined. He's from Japan, Yokohama.
Fair enough.
Everyone's made Thai jokes. It's great.
Yeah. No, we definitely got Anto's definitely in Adelaide, so. If you do join the Discord server and you see us in there, like, feel free to throw a hi or throw a question in the what do we call it? Tech Help channel. There's been a couple of curly ones in there so far, but I think we've got a good smattering of people to jump on those questions and resolve any issues.
Well, and I think the best part about it is it's that no stupid questions mentality, right? Like, people come in there, they can ask something that may seem like obvious answer, but you treat everybody equally, and just creates a nice community for everybody to be involved in.
Yeah, I think the active part helps because you go online and you do a search and you find the exact same issue, but that's it. There's no comments, there's no answers. It's just the exact same problem, but just tumbleweeds, right? So
right.
There's got people jumping in, and it's that community part that makes it very different.
Makes it kick or tick, as it were.
Yes. Well, yeah. Last month has been pretty crazy. I think when was the last episode? Maybe it was last month.
Well, what's been going on in your world? Being that I'm meant to co-host these things now, so what's going on in your world?
Yeah. So all the events. I'm just trying to quickly see what our last video was. That was obviously welcoming the show back to 2026. But that was.
It's a good episode. I enjoyed that one, actually.
Feb 9th. So that was prior to me becoming extremely busy for the remainder of February. So, and
carrying on into March.
Yeah, Mad March. So, flustered Feb into Mad March, although Feb felt worse.
And that's after Jerk January.
Which is really only 2 weeks long because you have people
that's right
back from holidays, right? So
no one answers any emails in there. By the time they do, they're like, sorry, I lost it.
Disproportionate time there. I dropped ball on getting the user group stuff sorted in time, and it's just been hectic, and we've had this change as well, bringing you on board, so it's just kind of adding up. But I think we're kind of back on track now. Mid-March, and by the time this goes out, it'll probably be closer to April. But a lot of just that side of the community work, doing things for. So it's the user group, it's the podcast, it's maybe the blog, but that barely happens these days. And just helping out, across the SAIC Connect, randomly across LinkedIn and other forums. From a work perspective, things are ramping up a bit now.
That's good.
Yeah, lots of AI, lots of security, which is really, it's been the flavor of the month for the last 48 months. Right.
I feel like it really took off in the last 12 months, right? So since Claude 3.5, 3.7 is where the models actually started to feel really, really powerful. They were good before, but now it's like, geez, these things are really putting out some good work.
I think now that all the big players have bought up all the hardware, they've actually got some leaps and bounds in their models.
That's it. I try and keep across all of them. I run subscriptions to Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, and I also have one of the open source ones, Kimi K 2.5. Kimi got in hot water, or Moonshot AI got in hot water for plagiarizing Claude's work. It's like Claude 4.5 level intelligence.
That was the pot and the kettle, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and for clarity, it's not Kim Kardashian. It's a completely different person.
That's right. But I use all of them, and my opinion is today, as of the 19th of March, that Claude 4.6 is by far the best one. But
4.7's in preview?
I think so. I haven't used it yet, though. Codex or a ChatGPT 5.4 is really good as well. And Gemini is the one that I fall back to. But if I've just got big tasks that I need to do, I use Kimi. Just because you get more tokens.
Yeah. I like from the GPT or OpenAI side, yeah, like 5.3, 5.4 dropped, not that long ago, and then now they've got 5.4 mini and Omni, I think, as of today.
Yeah. As of today, absolutely.
Talking Copilot, I think Claude Sonnet is now available as default in Copilot chat.
Oh, is it actually the default now?
Well, I don't say it's if you select it, it stays as your default, but it's there by default. That's what I mean.
Okay. So I should change over to it.
And and I don't know, because previously when Anthropic models were talked about, it was still a external kind of approach. So you'd be going outside of Microsoft to run the processing. So I don't know if this one is inside the service boundary, and there's no setup or anything. So I'd like to think it is.
Well, I think it would follow all of your normal data residency and stuff like that. I mean,
should. Yeah, assuming it's like a copy of Sonnet living in Azure OpenAI that is within your tenant, then sure. But I mean, even looking at Copilot Studio, when you can select Sonnet and Opus, like it actually tells you, this is going out, and it's not within the service boundary. So I think there's some caveats there, and I thought you couldn't choose any of the Anthropic models unless you went to the admin center and said turn on and allow. So I think this is the safer one.
The bleeding edge.
It's inside Copilot. Yeah.
Yeah. But when they announced that partnership, you saw that Claude put out all of those. Oh, hey, we handle Excel and Word and all of these things, and it's very impressive with what it can do.
Oh well, yeah. Copilot Wave 3. All the announcements last week. What is it? Copilot Cowork, which is effectively the Anthropic Cowork, is now coming soon to Copilot. So that's a whole another level of do my work, literally. We got Charles Lamana. He's like the head honcho product manager of Power Platform. There's a video on LinkedIn. It's him talking about, we're using Cowork internally. Yeah, today, just this morning, it helped me decline 14 meeting requests. Here's a real one for that.
Yeah, one of the blokes I work with, he doesn't use AI to do it, but he's got mail rules that basically say if he's got an open spot in his calendar, you can book it, and if he doesn't, it automatically declines it.
That's the way it should be. I mean, like room calendars, resource calendars, they do that. Why can't your personal mailbox do that, right?
Yeah, well, this bloke set it up that way, so obviously you can.
Yeah.
I like to see the options though, right? Like when I get triple booked, I go, that's the one I'm going to, and screw everybody else.
Well, I think it's the follow option, right?
Yeah.
You still get to attend in spirit.
That's it.
You get all the insights and the access to recaps and stuff afterwards.
I actually had one the other day where I was on a meeting on this laptop and a meeting on this laptop at the same time, and just different headphones, like different buds in, and I was like participating actively in both.
It's like Tom Lizard with your eyes.
Yep.
But I think at the same time as the Copilot Wave 3 stuff was a spicy one. There was lots of speculation, a lot of posts going out there about any official notes, and we joked about it probably 2 episodes ago, or maybe in the last episode, just saying, look at all the value that we're seeing, roll down in terms of licensing, right? E3, 5, we're getting bits of Intune suite, right? And next minute, Microsoft does the thing, and I might just
the thing that we've all been expecting.
Yeah, I'll just share a screen and confirming it so I can see it on your own. So yeah, Microsoft finally did it. They have dropped E7.
E7, the world's worst kept secret in a lot of ways. They've been talking about that in the weeds for it's got to be 12 months at least.
Yeah, so all the rumors, and then like in the lead up, the fortnight leading up to it, there was people posting saying, "Oh, Microsoft announced it." It's like, no, they hadn't yet. There's no official like posts, and then yeah, so they at the same time as the Copilot announcements, they did the whole "this is coming, this is it," and yeah, it's the Frontier suite. So I mean, Microsoft's been touting this Frontier term for the last year, maybe, and it's really just working with things that are cutting edge, effectively. Yeah, so price point gonna be a spicy one. I mean, E5 already isn't exactly cheap, but it is giving you a lot of stuff, like in terms of security and compliance and all that. And without some of these tools, you're just kind of going, you're almost running defenseless in most parts. So going back, how many years now? We've been working together several years prior to this.
It's got to be 15.
Yeah. Like people using basic passwords, sales.
Sales. That's a classic. Amazing throwback. So I mean, you see the whole Entra suite being available to everybody is insanely Massive. Good value. Like there's great value there. Copilot 365 has certainly hit its stride. The Wave 3, as you say, it's actually starting to do things that people were expecting, and with the Copilot Studio on top, that's certainly a lot better. I think the biggest sleeper in this announcement is actually Microsoft Agent 365 here. With all of the agentic AI stuff happening and the more and more control you're giving over to the agents, being able to, as it says there, observe, govern, and secure agents at scale is such a big gap in how agents are being currently run. And I'm really impressed with what they've done to bring all of those things that it does to light.
Yeah, I absolutely should have been clicking the slides as you were saying that, but we can do a quick whip through. I mean, like, if you aren't familiar with the Entra suite, it's got the inclusions of Entra identity protection. Yeah, so the next step up from P1 is you got conditional access, defining when and where and how multi-factor authentication works, ensuring that there's compliant access via your devices and your locations and so on. Identity governance, so being able to have lifecycle policies on your users, being internal and external guests as well, and then providing any access packages that they're entitled to. And then the two big ones from that would be the private access and the internet access. So effectively, the private access is replacing your traditional VPN, so it's kind of like a direct connect access kind of approach, and then the internet access is more of like a web filtering service. So you can kind of think about that. If you've got AI and agents traversing your same network, you've got some control over what they can get to and what knowledge sources they can pull from as well. And there's also the verified ID, which hasn't quite taken off here yet, but I think in the States and Fortune 500 they're using that. And that's more having like a physical device with a verified ID on it. So say you're checking into like a campus somewhere and you just go, here's my thing, scan it, go in, and it's tied to your Entra ID as well.
Yeah, it's really good with the B2B stuff. I was doing the training for SC300. The verified ID stuff was in there, and it's an impressive piece of technology. I really like the implementation.
Yeah. I talked that before that was a thing. So in the renewals, they do talk about it. So
yeah, right. There you go.
And it's like, I need to read up more on this stuff.
And I mean, the Entra internet accesses and the Entra private accesses, they're certainly solving some of those like diverse boundary type situations, right? Like being able to have your work laptop following the Entra internet access, where you're going to have someone outside of your network boundary, but you need their content to be filtered and protected. Where you have people outside of the network boundary and they need to access internal work stuff. Like both of those things are just huge, huge leaps forward.
One of the default policies is like all your M365 traffic is going through this, where everything else goes out, either through the internet access or outside of that. So lots you can do in that space. And I think that's, what is it, like $15 to $18 dollars. So you're already saying, if you add that and then add Copilot, which is probably the next big, or the second biggest price point in that bundle, you're effectively getting the Agent 365 part for free. Or if you look at the other way, you're paying for Agent 365, which is around that same price point. You're getting Entra Suite included in it as well. So if you are already using bits and pieces, it kind of makes sense to get the bundle, because it ends up being slightly better. And overhead wise, you're just buying one license instead of 4 or 5 different add-ons, if you're just picking different services, right?
Yeah, and off the top of my head, it's twice as expensive as E5. Is that?
We'll go with US pricing, because I don't know what the conversion rate is right now. But I think it is like 1.4 or something. But last I saw, E5 with Teams is around 60 US.
Yeah.
So probably $85-ish Australian, and they've teased that the E7 SKU will be around 99 US. So I think that's around 140 Australian.
Yeah, so it's close to that 2x.
And Copilot itself is like $45 to $50.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So that you're getting Entra Suite and Agent 365 at a heavily discounted rate just by buying Copilot if you've already got E5. So for the companies or the enterprises and corporations that have E5, it's a no-brainer for them. But for the smaller corporations, it might be a bit of a step up for them.
It's certainly a step up. I mean, there's a huge spectrum of tools in there that you can use to secure everything. And I wouldn't necessarily say it's a complete suite, but if you implement most of that stuff, you're going to hit your Essential 8s and your IRAPs and ISOs. Yeah, like most of those things are covered by the tools that are provided here. And there's just a couple of little add-ons that you might want to add on. Funnily enough, that's what an add-on is. Yeah, throw something extra on there to meet those little gaps, and it's really good value for the price point. Defender is hugely expensive, or not Defender, but antivirus or XDR is hugely expensive, but you get that included in this E7 license. It's crazy value.
Oh, it's stuff that's already in E5, right? So
that's it. I mean, half of these tools though people don't have installed at this stage,
or unconfigured, just running dormant.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, or defaults, which sometimes is also bad as well.
Well, I mean, that's like those value realization gigs that people do, right? It's like, we'll come in, we'll do some consulting, and it's just making sure you're getting the value out of the license you already have. You're already paying for it.
But yeah, like you said, Agent 365, that's currently in it's in public preview if you're a part of the Frontier program. So if you've got M365 Copilot licensing, you've got access to the Frontier program. You just need to enable and join certain previews and services that aren't readily available yet. This Agent 365 and the E7 license, they go live on the 1st of May, or 2nd for us maybe, depending on when it drops. We'll get a better idea of the actual pricing on the 1st of April. And those other changes we mentioned before around the Intune components rolling down, that will happen 1st of July. So the dates don't align, but come next financial year, you'll get all of the stuff happening. And really the only thing that's missing from an E7 SKU is the Viva Suite, which funnily enough is also a hefty price point by itself. So maybe we'll get an E9.
Maybe. I mean, it's always an option, right?
or they'll roll it down into E7 eventually when they've made enough to justify it.
Yeah, and I'll keep my opinion about that to myself.
You just hate one component of the suite.
No, it's most of it.
One day.
Never.
It's already encroaching in your Teams client. Have you noticed? There's chats, there's Teams, and then there's communities.
Yeah. And I avoid that tab.
Yeah. But yeah, just quickly over the Agent 365 stuff, it's that sort of a single pane of glass across all of the agents in your organization. So it could be ones that you've created for your agent builder from the Copilot app. It could be Copilot Studio custom agents, or even ones that you've crafted within Microsoft Foundry. They could be custom engine ones, or full code SDK created agents as well. They'll come up in here in the registry, and then you can control kind of who can access them, if there's a deployment to be done, what kind of security policy should apply, and all that as well. And I think the govern piece is, you can have agents created by people, but then they can submit those to the admin team for review before it's made or readily available. So they have to approve that agent to be either shared or accessible from the agent registry. And I think there's a security bit I kind of mentioned already, but one thing that is still in preview is Entra Agent ID. So all of the agents that get created and published, they automatically get a ID assigned to them through Entra. So then you can use that as kind of like an identity in your conditional access policies as well. So you've got that extra, granularity in protecting certain workloads or data from based on what the agent is or does.
And this was the biggest gap in all of the agentic stuff, right? Like the non-human identities, how do you govern them? How do you secure them? How do you get visibility of them? You can see all three of those on the screen right now, but getting access control for your agents, being able to tell it that it can't do this, that it can do that, being able to establish rules that govern how they behave, how they handle their logging, how they handle what happens with the chat. How did this person get to this point? Being able to go back and go through their chat and view what went wrong or what went right. All of the analytics, everything it's really good. I think this is the sleeper value target or value add on the E7 product.
Yeah, massive evolution on what was formerly known as the Copilot control panel, or what they call it. Is that what Copilot control system, right? There's the next step up. So you've got, you had security, you had kind of oversharing report and stuff, but this is now the bit where we didn't have before, which is really the governing piece, and having more visibility across the entire stack. But having this and all the investments already in E5 and so on, like there is that massive amount of defense in depth approach here as well. So the devices, your users, identities, the data. I mean, Purview is huge in terms of using AI because you're making sure that stuff isn't leaking, or you've got harder restrictions to prevent Copilot or any of your agents from accessing data they shouldn't.
And I think we talked about this. The first time I think I was on, I think we talked about this. Said that data protection is going to be the next big thing, and labeling all of your data, having it all labeled properly, getting it content protected. Purview does all of these things. It's it's a difficult one to configure and set up properly, but once it's done, you're in a much better spot in keeping your data safe and making sure your AI is performing how you want it to.
So yeah, that was I guess one of the biggest news pieces this month so far. I'm gonna stop screaming that.
That's fine. We're back.
Yeah, and in light of that, a whole bunch of new certifications and exams. So this is right up your alley with the Read Roost being updated with all of the upcoming changes. I think there's 10 exams. There's a 9?
It's 9.
It's 9? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is after the 4 that dropped the last 2 months, right?
That's it.
Out of beta, right? So there's 4 and then another 9, and in line with really the rebrands from Azure is now becoming cloud and AI, and we've got some renewal versions of I guess the AZ 500 is now the SC 500. So some sorely overdue changes, and because there's so much change in content, I think it's high time some of those were updated. But I think a bunch have entered beta already. I think 3 of them. So keep an eye out.
It's every month. Every month, a couple more go in.
Yeah, pretty much. They shared a timeline, but pretty much every month there's at least 2 or 3. And I think the first couple or 3 that have gone to beta right now, there's the machine learning operations, the SQL one, and one other. So there's going to be a bunch more coming in another month.
I've done my best to grab all of that information and throw it into Read Roost, so you can actually pre-train on QAE answers in there. So shout or plug.
And in terms of like events, unfortunately this time round, Shehan and myself aren't traveling to Seattle. Things are a bit spicy everywhere. it's just not a good time for anything really right now. But next month, in just over a month's time, there's going to be the AI tours. So there's the AI tour for partners on the Monday of that week, and then the AI tour for the general public on the Thursday. So there's a good 2-day gap in between. Not sure what we'll do with that if we head over. It's going to be in Sydney. And then at the end of May, there's going to be the Digital Workplace Conference Australia. They'll be in Melbourne at the Sofitel on Collins. 2-day event, Thursday, Friday, just around M365, Power Platform, Copilot, security, all the things. But it's I think it's their 34th overall event.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so that's run by Debbie Island, who's from New Zealand, and so they do the New Zealand one first, and then they fly over to Australia, and they alternate each year, so between Sydney and Melbourne. But they skipped last year, gave it a bit of a gap. But I will be presenting on that one again this time. No demo this time because demo gods really don't like me. I'll just have slides and just do my best at being a talker, which is never a good thing. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're heading over for those shows?
Hopefully. Well, Melbourne, the one
obviously
in Melbourne,
you're talking, so...
Yep, so I'll drive over that one just because I think it ends up being cheaper driving than flying, especially if you go with family.
With fuel now?
Hey? Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. If Catman can make it from Perth to Sydney, then...
True.
And it took him a few years or months. I don't know. And I'll find out whether because there is like staffing opportunities for MVPs at the AI tour, but we'll find out in another week or so if they need us for anything. I mean, I'll probably hang out at the community booth anyway, just because it's where you go, right? If you
yeah, well, you're here to hear. If you want to find Abe, you'll find him at the community booth.
Yeah. And that's at both events. That's AI Tour and then Digital Workplace Conference. We've got a booth for all the user groups around Australia. So, old mate Daniel Brown will be there as well. So, you'll probably see us, and there'll be good times had. Had
by all.
Yes. Well, on that note, I think we've come to a close here. So, again, welcoming Matt to the party, farewelling Shehan again, hopefully we'll have Anto back on board next ep, and we will see you all then.
Easy. Thank you very much, everybody, and look forward to hanging out in the future. We'll see you next time.